You want your villagers to go from this to a nice custom villager. Let's get started. Alright, first off, let's open that link that's in the description down below. And that link will send you right to here so you can download NBT Studio, and that's going to be what we're going to be using to make custom villagers and, you know, even edit custom enchants onto items as well if you wish. So once you download that, obviously it's going to give you a zip file, and if you don't know how to, you know, extract everything, just right click on it and extract all. And then obviously this is just, you know, telling you where your file location is, wherever you want it to go. I just click extract so that way it's right next to it and it'll open it up. And this is NBT Studio right here for you. After you open up NBT Studio, first things first, before we even open up Minecraft or anything like that, what I recommend is you click on help, change icons, and make it NBT Explorer, so that way you don't get confused on what I'm doing in this video. But you can change it to whatever you want, but this one is my favorite one, easy to identify everything. But now that that's out of the way, let's open up Minecraft. Alright, once you have Minecraft loaded up, obviously press play. And for this instance, I'm gonna make a new world, but you would load into your previous world. And I guess it doesn't really matter what I'm doing with it. You know, something simple, just for the sake of the video. I'm not gonna mess with the settings. Once you're in, we'll just grab something simple, easy to contain a villager, so that way we could easily customize him, he doesn't run away, stuff like that. And you want to spawn in a villager, and before doing anything else, you want to make sure you open them up, just so that way we have everything loaded right away. And then after that, you want to do /give @self structure _ block. Once you get one of these, what I like to do is usually I'll have it kind of, you'll see on every world, it's always going to face that way. So usually what I'll do is have it just right above. And what we're doing with this structure block is loading in the file. So the best way I could explain this is if I just kind of type in the chords and do it. So I set everything to 1 to start with. And then you want your Y to be 2, but then you want your offset, depending on how you have the villager set up. Mine will happen to be -3, because that's, you know, 3 down from the block, and it's a Y of 2. So we'll have the villager here, and he's contained in everything, and you can see that box going around him. You don't have to have that activated, but for the sake of the video, I will do that so you guys can see. And basically, it'll just have the villager, so that way everything that's going on file into NBT Studio is only the villager. Then after that, make sure you have include entities, include them, remove blocks, keep that off, save in memory, all this stuff. Keep it how it is, don't mess with it unless you know what you're doing with it. But for the sake of the video, it does not require changing any of this besides include entities to customize a villager. Now once you do that, instead of clicking, well actually yeah, when you click save, you want to type this, just a random name, obviously like let's say this is your kit's villager or something, you know, but for this video I'm just going to do test. And then you want to click save, and then now this is saved in the world, but in order to get it into NBT Studio, we're going to want to click export. Now with export, you want to save it to where you want it. For this, I just have a test files folder. I do recommend keeping it organized, because every time you want to update the villager, you do have to make a new file. So I do recommend keeping a nice, neat area for all of them. But once you find all of that, click export. And then we're going to open up NBT Studio. And we're going to do File, Open File. And we're going to find where that file is. So right here, it'll say test.mc structure. So whatever you named it, .mc structure. So that's what you're going to want to click. And then if you have the same icons as me, this will make it a little easier. You want to go into Structure, Entities, and then you'll see a villager right here. This is the full-on actual villager. So this is just explaining all of its, different values, all of that. We don't need any of that for the villager to be customized. We just need offers. And then you go to recipes, and then these are all the locked ones. What I like to do is I will find each one of these and just delete them. I'll leave it with 1, so that way we don't have levels to it. And then also when you're doing it, I just keep doing 999 until it goes red. Then you click OK. And then it'll actually update itself to a different one. And then the price multiplier, if you're making this purely for a server, just do 0. So that way you don't have to worry about anyone doing that. Trader XP, if you're doing it for a server, once again, just 0. And then let's see. So right here, you can immediately start to see where you can change everything. You just want to do, let's say we'll do 1 piece of coal for a diamond sword. So right here, you're just typing the ID. So Minecraft, just ignore that. Type the ID if you're about to do like a /give command. It's the same exact ID as in here. And then you just do diamond sword and count 1 and count 1 there. So 1 piece of coal will give you that. But before you save anything, make sure you change this as well. Because if you don't change that, this will override that. This is kind of just like a little placeholder, and you can do discounts with it. So just make sure if you want the set value that, change them on both of here. And then this one you only have to change here. Once you're done with that, click File, and then Save As. And like I said, you will have to make multiple files for it. I'll do test 1 just to make it easy. And then when this pops up, don't change anything on here. All of this is exactly how it should be. NBT, uncompressed, and then little endian. That is exactly how it should be. Don't change any of it. And then just click OK. Then it'll save. And what I generally will do is I will do /kill at E and then type equals villager. And then I'll close the brackets. Just to get rid of that villager. So that way we can load in the new one without there being 2 there. And then you click, instead of having save up here, you go to your mode and click load. And you want to click import. And then you're going to find that file that you made, not the initial one, but the one that you just saved, which would be for me, test 1. You click import, then you click load. So now you see that the villager popped up, and bam, right there, already has custom custom items right there. So if I were to grab a piece of coal, you can immediately see him holding that sword there, and you can take it from there. Then you have a diamond sword. Now, I'm sure that plenty of you guys actually watching this video want to know how to do custom enchants and, crazy stuff like that. So let's say we want to put just a random enchant on, honestly, anything. You can put whatever you want on it. So let's do sharpness. And then let's get anvil. And then also the sword itself. Let me drop that. And then you just want to make whatever you're doing. Have some kind of sort of enchanted item. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be the same item in here. because you can enchant both of these as soon as you get one enchanted item into the code. It's just so you can copy the enchant ID and then change it from there. So now that this is done, you want to drop it in the structure block, so within the zone, and you'll see it there. And now you want to go to save, click save, then export. And now you want to change it to test 2 or whatever you would rename it. Like let's say this is your kit's villager, I would do kit v2 or something like that to make it a little simple. And then now that that's exported, we can go back to here and go up on the arrows and then just press enter and kill him again. And we can also pick that up because we do not need it there anymore. And we want to go back in here, click file, open file, test 2, open. And now when you go to structure, entities, you're going to see 2 different ones instead of just the villager. Because now when you go in here, this will be your diamond sword. And you want to copy this exact thing here, the tag. So you can do Control C, or you can just click copy right up here. After you have that, you can delete this entire sword from the structure block as a whole. Go to offers, recipes, find your sword and sell here. See how it has no tag? We're going to want to delete that, and we're going to go here and paste a new tag that now will have sharpness 5. So now if you don't know the IDs, so it says ID 9, which is identifying sharpness, and then level, so just sharpness 5, or sharpness V, but whatever you want to call it. If you don't know these IDs, I actually do have a full list of them in the description explaining each one for you guys. So that way you guys don't have to go through the struggle of finding each ID, especially if you're not very experienced in this. So this is just an entire list. I know there's a couple missing, but those, personally me, I'm not using them, but this has helped me plenty, this website alone. So after you find the enchant that you want, go back to NBT Studio, and in here you can actually bypass the max level. So if you want to do 100, it'll let you, and the max is actually 32,767 is the max for levels. I don't recommend it because it can lag games, so I would do, like, instead of sharpness 5, let's do sharpness 10, and it'll pop up. And then if you want to do even more enchants just straight through here, you can just copy this right here, the enchants. You just copy this little box here, so copy, and then you click on the enchant compound and paste, and then you'll have 2 of them. And let's say we want to add unbreaking, so we'll find unbreaking, which unbreaking is ID 17. We'll go in here, ID 17, and then level 10 is what I'll keep it at. Actually, for the video, we'll do level 20 and click OK. So now for a piece of coal, you get this really good sword, which will probably one-shot everything, right? And let's say for like currencies, you want to have, for me, usually my servers, I'll put Fortune 10 on them, just, you know, to give it that enchant effect to currency, just to make it look nice. You just do the same process, but you copy this, and then you go to coal, and you would paste it in there with an enchant instead. So you would paste this entire tag and put it right in here. But for this video, because I don't have, you know, I don't have an enchanted piece of coal that I can just give the villager, I'm gonna keep it how this is. So once you have all this, now we're almost ready to put it fully into the world. All you have to do is just file, save as. Same process as how it was earlier, and then instead of, you know, the same name, I'd recommend changing it just so if something happens, you could back it up. So we'll do test 3 and then we'll save it, click OK, minimize out of that and minimize out of that. And then the villager's already gone. And then and you want to go back to your structure block, go to mode, load, import, and then find the latest one that you made. So for me, it'd be test 3, import, and load. So now if everything was done correctly, if I load in here, there should be the enchanted sword. Yep. With sharpness 10, unbreaking 20. It's quite simple to put this stuff in here, because now, and I'll even show that it works. Piece of coal, click here, and bam. Sharpness 10, unbreaking 20. And let's get like a zombie just to show how actually it works. Here's a zombie here. You can tell 13 or 19 damage, it's going to be a 2-hit then. Or there's a sword or a spider here. You can try to crit it and it's just 1 taps. So you could put any kind of enchant on here. You're not limited to putting just like sword enchants on a sword. I could put fortune on this if I want. I could put anything along those lines on here. It does not matter what you put on these swords, or sword, pickaxe, any item of any sort. Anything can be brought in. Alright guys, that'll be the rest of the video. If you guys have any questions, please leave it in the comments below. And I guess I'll see you guys next time.